XRP and XLM security talk? Let's go down the rabbit hole, ladies. All right, let's start it off with the heat map. No, screw the heat map. Let's just get into the juice. All right, speculations mount on Coinbase's move to remove XRP from its wallet amid Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. Now, they're also removing several others, including Stellar's XLM, Bitcoin Cash, and Ethereum Classic. They're citing low activity on the network, all right? So kind of like a cost savings mechanism. And securities talk. Oh man, I know this boils a lot of people's blood, but let's just keep continuing. Now remember though, Coinbase, though, submitted an amicus brief for Ripple, like saying, hey, look, we're showing support to you, officially with court here. So Coinbase is also supporting Ripple Labs and XRP. The story goes even deeper, and then we're going to get into the rabbit hole. So I hope to God you drank your morning coffee. Grayscale. All right, what brought the red lights up for XLM in the past was the Grayscale trusts out there, all right? In its filing in August, Grayscale stated for the first time that ZEC, ZEN, and XLM may currently be a security based on the facts that existed. That all had to do with filings that they were doing for their Grayscale, Stellar, Lumens trust. A lot of it, they're trying to move stuff into ETFs, and then, okay, that means then securities-wise, they have to get the SEC's blessing for that. Okay, long story short, that's where you see now the whole like XRP and XLM securities talk started. With XRP, it had to do with the court case. With XLM, the first time you really started hearing about it was with this Grayscale filing. So now think about this. Would Coinbase really save that much money from low usage of XLM, Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin Cash, and XRP? So really, they probably wouldn't. But here's the other question. You're telling me that there's ones that aren't lower activity than that on there that they could also wipe out to save money on? There's something else brewing here, ladies. All right, so now that the DMTs and silos have kicked in, are you guys ready to do this? Let's go down the rabbit hole. All right, so now there's definitely a big concern about securities between XRP and XLM. Centralization, all the other stuff that we've talked about in previous videos. The big concern right now is why would Coinbase be delisting them? Remember, Coinbase is a US-based company, which means the SEC could easily say, hey, you can't support these anymore because guess what? They are securities. What is happening here? Well, we watched the Senate Ag Committee live yesterday, and you could see the whole tone was anti-crypto, even to the point where they were hinting at executive orders to temporarily ban crypto in the United States so they could get a better handle on what was going on. There is a lot of pressure right now on the crypto community. Now, interestingly enough, even if things are deemed a security, we have seen that as those products are deemed securities, they get relaunched, but only for accredited investors. So even products that are taken off of the market, because there are companies out there that are applying to the SEC for securities approval. They're getting that, but the SEC is saying, hey, you got to use the whole accredited investor route, then we'll give you the blessing. So if it is deemed a security, and remember, this whole accredited investor thing is happening in countries across the globe, it's just called something different. Now, the idea is here, if they're deemed securities and for accredited investors only, there's usually an income threshold, right? It keeps the majority of people out of it, like the 99.999% of the global population would not be able to participate in crypto. You mean the exact same part that this was all built for? All right, so let's go even further. Now, you have the United States government out there. You also have the CFTC openly saying that FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, that was a bank run, all right? They're totally protecting big money and big investments out there. Not only are they protecting the big money, they're funded by those crypto money people too. So now we start thinking about securities, XLM, XRP. Let's start taking things just that next step a little bit deeper. All right, so even if they are listed as securities, what can you do about it if you still want to participate in that market? Get a VPN and an anonymizer. Plain and simple. You can change your locations. You can find exchanges that have odd KYC AMLs. You could then ramp your stuff on over wallet to wallet. Read between the lines. It's actually pretty easy to do. Just ghost it between several different people, several different rally points so that at least it is harder to track. You could always use similar options like Tornado Cash. I don't support nefarious activities, but if you were going to do it, let's just say this would be the instructions on how to do it. Woo, let's go down the rabbit hole a little bit more and say you want to keep playing this game. All right, so you've got your stuff in cold storage, right? Are you going to be willing to do a VPN and anonymizer? Do you want to cross that line? Because do you understand the implications of that? See, this is what we all have to start asking ourselves. How far do you want to take this? Because think, let's say you put your stuff on cold storage and there is a ban put in place. How are you going to sell it? I mean, I know how you're going to sell it. I know where you could sell it, but are you willing to do that? Do you know how to do that? This crypto game is a lot bigger than most people think, and it's going to require a skill set that a lot of people, A, don't have, and B, if they do have it, probably don't want to use it for moral reasons. All right, so you would do that, you would mix it up, then you could easily then disperse it to your offloaded wallet. The other thing too, I would highly suggest making trusted friends out there, because you're going to need it here in the future, because oh boy, things got even worse with the Senate hearing, where they were basically saying, hey, look, we have to determine what's a commodity and what's a security. And we had the CFTC chair on there saying, hey, there are like very, very few. He's like, we've got very, very few here that are commodities. The rest are securities that fall under Gary Gensler's lap. And we've seen what happened with LBRY. That was deemed a security. They lost via summary judgment. They got destroyed financially just by the case. Even if LBRY would have won the case, they were financially done. That was the damage that the SEC did to them. So we have to be very wary about that out there. We have to be very wary about the declaration of it being a security. So is it the agenda from governments around the globe to keep people out of crypto? I mean, yeah, it certainly seems like it, doesn't it? Governments could have acted a long time ago to fix this crypto problem because they knew, everyone knew that this was going to come to a head sooner or later. We've been talking about regulations for years, and we're talking about regulations even harder now because of the collapse of all these different ones. Luna UST, Celsius debacle, Voyager, FTX, 3 Arrows, Babel. Oh my God, the list could go on and on. This hasn't just started. This has been going on for a while, and governments aren't acting. They're allowing criminals to steal from you. The government is also stealing from you because what propped up crypto? Printed fiat across the globe, which means taxpayer money propped up crypto, which is going into the hands of, again, very, very few people. Look at how much money Justin Sun's made out of this, how much CZ made out of this. Don't trust Sam Bankman-Fried saying he only has 100,000 in his debit card. That's full of shit. All the money in crypto went to a bunch of criminals out there. No, I know, not all. I'm just super frustrated right now because I love this space. I love the building and I love the application. But governments and the corrupt, which are the same thing, have totally put a big scar on the crypto movement. And that's where my frustration brews. That's why I didn't even want to make videos yesterday. After watching the Senate hearing, I was done. I worked out. I worked on my car. I actually worked out a couple times. So frustrated. Governments are out there to screw you and not protect you. If you think I'm full of crap, ask yourself this one question. I want you to think of a problem that you face right now in your daily lives. You know, that's government related, right? That has government control. That problem hasn't gotten better, has it? It's getting worse. That's the same problem 20, 30 years ago. Hey, guess what, everyone? 40 years ago, you know what we were arguing about? Energy independence. Guess what we're still arguing about? Energy independence. Government's not doing a damn thing to fix problems. The side that's here and the side that's there. You know what their job is? To convince you that I can fix it. No, I can fix it. No, I can. No, neither are fixing it. They're doing it so they get elected, so that they get paid, so that they get pensions, so that they could suck on the teat of the American people. And that's what crypto has turned into. It's turned into the taxpayer supporting the rich, the crooked, and the criminals out there. And it's happening all across the globe. I'm going to end this now before I get too frustrated because I'm starting to get pissed off again. Let me know in your comments below what you think. If they're long, do it. Seriously, put long ones on there. I'm going to read them. I'm pissed, and I want to know how you feel about this too. Something I love dearly, something I've been following for the last 2 years, spending hours and hours of every day, not getting paid shit, is getting ruined again by government's inaction and dirty, dirty people out there. If you want to see more about dirty, dirty action, Coinbase video. They suck balls. See ya, everyone.